Hello, Artful Manifestors. Welcome back and welcome if you're new to the channel. I'm so happy that you're here. This is a timeless pick a card tarot reading. Whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear it. I always align my intentions for your highest and best good. And to choose your reading, you're going to choose from one of these lovely crystals I'm about to introduce or one of the cards I'm about to reveal. And then in the description box below, you'll find all the readings, a link to all the readings, as well as a list of all the cards that I use. All right, for reading number 1, the crystal is ruby kyanite. And for reading number 2, fossilized coral. Oh. And for reading number 3, emerald. All right, let's see what the cards are. For reading number 1, this is the image. And for reading number 2, this is the image. And for reading number 3, this is the image. All right. Whichever crystal or image you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings if you feel drawn to more than one image or crystal. Just let your inner wisdom guide you. Enjoy your readings. Hello, reading number 1. You chose the card guides. Have you been connecting to your spirit guides? Have you been receiving messages? Do you feel like the veil is thinner lately? Like it's easier for you to send and receive messages to your spirit guides, your ancestors, passed on loved ones? They are near you and they are communicating with you. They're sending you love, guidance, protection. The crystal you chose, ruby kyanite, awakens courage, passion, life force energy, and it helps channel this into clear thought and aligned action. This is 2 stones, ruby and kyanite, and together they bridge the emotional and mental realms, allowing you to move forward with conviction and wisdom. Kyanite is known for never needing cleansing. It naturally dispels energetic blockages, and combining it with ruby, it moves the static and fear that might cloud your voice, helping you express your truth with love and power. Ruby offers a deep anchoring into your soul's vitality, protecting your energy from depletion. It empowers perseverance through challenges, while kyanite maintains balance so you do not burn out. The stone's frequency encourages stepping into soul mission work. It strengthens the will to follow your heart's calling, while remaining attuned to intuitive guidance. Ruby Kyanite aligns the chakras, particularly the heart, throat, and third eye, creating a smooth current of inspiration, truth, and action. And that's what I see with this picture is currents of energy. You're channeling currents of energy, messages from your higher self and your spirit guides and ancestors. All right, let's find out more about what messages they're sending you at this time. Oop. All right. We have the Knight of Wands. The Hierophant. And the Five of Swords. All right, this is so interesting. First, what I'm seeing with this card, just what my guides are showing me is the magic that you are receiving messages that are undeniable. It's too much of a coincidence. You might say something and then a day later, somebody else says those same words back to you. Or you hear words in a tarot reading, or you read something in a book, and then somebody else says those same words back to you. And these are messages from your guides, from your ancestors. Also, signs and synchronicity, being out in nature and seeing little magical moments of interactions with birds and bees and butterflies. There's a little fairy here. He's riding a unicorn. He is this magical messenger. Your signs and synchronicities are being conveyed in a way that feels magical. And this card, wow, it's, to me, this man in the white robe looks like a druid. And this looks like mistletoe, which was really revered by the Druids. They sought out mistletoe, especially on oak trees. And this was it was so sacred, right? They harvested it only wearing white robes, only using a golden blade, because they didn't want to harm the tree that they were harvesting it from or the mistletoe, or in any way diminish its magical properties. They would do it on a specific day of the lunar phase, maybe the 6th day of the moon. And they'd cut it with this golden sickle and let it fall into a white cloth so that it would never touch the ground. They called mistletoe all healer, a plant gifted by the gods, infused with life-giving energy that could bless crops, protect warriors, restore harmony. It symbolized the unbroken thread of life through the darkest time of the year. and it was believed to be imbued with otherworldly power, making it a messenger between the physical and the spiritual realms. And that's you. You're this messenger between the physical and spiritual realms. In Celtic customs, enemies who met under mistletoe were required to lay down arms and make peace. And look at this picture. Your guides, your ancestors are helping you learn to hold your center in the midst of conflict, competition, differing opinions, energetic noise. I'm seeing a judge in a black robe, is what they're showing me. This is a training ground for you, teaching you to stand firm in your vision without being derailed by external conflict. Your mission isn't to avoid challenge, but to transmute it into creative fuel, proving to yourself and to those watching quietly that your light can move through chaos without dimming. You're like this mistletoe in this card. It's like the energy of mistletoe is your teacher, and you're practicing this skill. Your guides are igniting your fire, your inner fire. They're urging you to trust the surge of inspiration and momentum that you've been feeling, to write it without second guessing yourself. This is a season to act on intuitive nudges quickly before doubt cools the flame. They're showing you that passion is not reckless when it's anchored in soul truth. It's divine propulsion. So these external conflicts aren't going to distract you from this inspiration that you have. You know, wands are creative, they're passionate, spiritual energy, fire energy. It's, again, I'm hearing that it's like magic. And I see you aligning yourself with ancient spiritual teachings, just like this druid pictured on this card. These are timeless truths. Sacred discipline is helping focus your energy so it's not scattered. You have clear thoughts which become action when you move in alignment with your wisdom, the wisdom that you've inherited from your ancestors, your soul memory, and the universal principles that do not waver. They're also showing me that you have a guide, that the connection between you is growing stronger, and you're learning how to transmute energies that in the past would have slowed you down. And you are becoming this messenger between worlds. I feel like this message keeps coming up for you. Reading number 1. So excited for you. Such a magical, exciting reading. Please let me know if you already knew about mistletoe or if you've been drawn to study ancient spiritual understandings like Druidism or what the Celts practiced, or connecting with nature in magical ways, learning what medicines and insights, plants and flowers and trees offer you, or if you've been receiving messages through nature, observing birds and insects. So magical. Reading number 1, so excited for you. Look for those signs and synchronicities. Feel the energetic pulse that your guides and ancestors are sending you. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the card Shadow. And the question it asks is, what are you afraid of? What hidden parts of yourself are you hiding? And what strengths lie in those hidden parts? The crystal you chose, fossilized coral, is formed over millions of years as ancient coral transforms into agate or chalcedony. It holds the record of Earth's cycles, oceans, and creatures long ago. And meditating with it can connect you to ancient wisdom, both of your bloodline and the planet itself. It offers deep emotional healing. Its slow forming nature teaches patience, acceptance, and emotional balance. It helps dissolve old emotional patterns, making space for renewal. And because it began as a living organism and is now mineralized stone, fossilized coral bridges the mutable and the unchanging. It anchors your energy, supporting steadiness during spiritual growth or major life changes. Coral reefs grow slowly. Before they're fossilized, the actual living coral reef, and organically, just like our spiritual path. Fossilized coral reminds you to trust in the slow unfolding of your journey, knowing that beauty forms in its own perfect time. It has water elemental magic connecting to the ocean. Fossilized coral, even as stone, carries the energetic imprint of the ocean, aiding in flow, adaptability, and cleansing. It's an excellent ally for those working with water magic, emotional release, or dream work. And traditionally, it was used as a talisman for safe travel, especially by sea and navigating spiritual waters without being swept away. All right, let's see what else we can find out. I'm hearing that you're afraid you're not moving fast enough in a project, your career, life. Oh, okay, already we have the Page of Wands. The Nine of Cups. and the Seven of Swords. I told you I was hearing fear, and the Seven of Swords is about fear. It's about releasing the habit of strategizing from fear or self-protection. So think of somebody who's worried and they let that worry, the energy of worry, plan their actions. I'm worried that this is going to happen or this isn't going to happen, so I'm going to do this. So their actions are aligned with fear. And patience is learned when you no longer feel the need to outwit these situations, outwit life, or rush the process. You're worried this isn't going to happen the way you want it to, so you're going to do these things. Or control every variable, which you never can control every variable. Your acceptance grows when you stop running from uncomfortable truths and instead meet them with compassion. Emotional balance will come from understanding that even the detours and the secrets life holds are part of your unfolding. It's like you're missing out on the magic by trying to control every little detail instead of being accepting and allowing of the unfolding. And so you're being guided to be like the Page of Wands. Wands are inspiration and passion and creativity and spirituality. And pages are curious. So instead of being worried, be curious. You're being called to approach these situations with the curiosity of, remember we talked about fossilized coral protecting people on their travels. So on your travels, approaching life with the curiosity of a traveler stepping onto a new path for the first time. So this is something you've never seen before, and being adaptable. Adaptability is coming through this exploration. So instead of trying to control things, being curious and adaptable along the way, like, okay, let's just see what happens. And whatever happens, I'm going to adapt to it. I'll figure it out. Having that kind of attitude, because you are an intelligent being, you have tons of experience. Even if you're on a new journey, a new path, you still have tons of life experience to draw from and intelligence and the assistance of your guides and your ancestors, that no matter what happens, you're going to be able to adapt to that. So you're going to strengthen that belief in your ability to adapt through this curious exploration and saying yes to small adventures and trying unfamiliar approaches, experimenting and allowing inspiration to lead you without overthinking the outcome. The Page of Wands reminds you that adaptability isn't about bracing for change, but leaning into it with a spirit of wonder. Being excited about the magic in the air, what's going to happen. All right, because it's like you're so worried that something's not going to happen. And this came out in reverse. When cups come out in reverse, it means you're pouring out the blessings instead of holding them. And your guides want you to know that good is coming, and you not believing that good is coming is like this pregnant person not believing that she's going to give birth. Trust in your guides. They got your back. Trust in the cosmos, in the universe, in yourself. You don't have to control everything, predict every possible negative outcome. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. So if you are saying, well, what if this happens? I better do this. And what if this happens? I better do that. That is turning this card upside down and pouring out your blessings. And instead, it's creating what you don't want. And instead, just being curious and saying, okay, let's just do this and hope for the best. And if something unexpected happens, we'll adapt to it. If I come across some terrain I wasn't expecting to come across, I'm going to figure it out, having that kind of attitude. Because your blessings are there. The Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled. It is the card of emotional contentment and trusting that your desires are already in motion and that fulfillment comes from acknowledging your blessings now. And this trust grows when you recognize that each step you've taken has already brought you closer to your soul's vision. Your guides want you to anchor into the truth that joy is not something to chase, but something to cultivate right where you stand. Reading number 2, so excited for you. I feel this being a huge pinnacle point. This is a huge shift for you, a huge paradigm shift, that just this simple change in being curious and allowing things to unfold is going to make your life so much more magical and fulfilled, joyful. Please let me know how this resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose the spiral growth. The spiral is one of the most ancient symbols. There is evidence of it from prehistoric times. It is a symbol of the cyclical nature of life, this reality, our experience. Just as we have seasons of the year, we have seasons in our life. But instead of it being a circle, it is a spiral that expands, because as we travel through these seasons in our life, we expand, we evolve, we grow. And you are experiencing that growth right now. And you have the emerald, which is connected to the heart chakra. It opens and harmonizes the heart center, allowing love to flow freely. Love for self, for others, and for the divine. It teaches compassion, forgiveness, and the courage to love without fear. It's also about soul level renewal. its green frequency mirrors the energy of new growth in spring, supporting physical, emotional, and spiritual regeneration. It helps you shed what's outgrown and step into a fresh chapter, a fresh season with vitality. And it sharpens intuition, inner knowing, helping you speak and live in alignment with your highest truth. It encourages honesty, not just with others, but with yourself. It's known as a stone of successful relationships because emerald fosters understanding, patience, and peaceful communication. And spiritually, it aligns your actions with your heart's wisdom, creating inner and outer harmony. It has connections to ancient wisdom. Cultures like the Incas and Egyptians saw emerald as a bridge to the wisdom of the gods and the eternal soul. So working with it can deepen meditation, enhance spiritual insight, and connect you to ancestral guidance. And it's manifestation through love. Emerald is a magnet for abundance when aligned with heart-centered intention. It helps manifest from love's natural creative power. So this is using your heart's electric magnetic field to radiate and attract opportunities for you rather than using logic and force to try to manifest your desires. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. I'm super excited for this period of growth for you. It's all interconnected, growth within yourself, spiritually, in your heart, in your mind, your emotions, is going to directly tie to growth in your tangible external world, your abundance, what you manifest in the physical realm. Two of Pentacles. What did I tell you? And look at this. It's like a maze, but it is very similar to the spiral. Four of Swords. I love these symbols in these cards. And Page of Wands. I see a journey in all three cards, but it's a journey of initiation. We see here a traveler. He has his cloak. He's traveling. He has his staff. He's on a journey. We see someone here. The path is here. They're resting. And here we see this labyrinth that I mentioned, very much like the spiral. And it's about initiation. It's, imagine carrying an intention in your heart, all right? And you start on the outside of the labyrinth and you work towards the center, just like this spiral. And as you're walking towards the center, you are shedding any beliefs or identities, thoughts, energies that do not align with the intention that you're carrying in your heart. So that by the time you reach the center, all you have is that intention without all the other luggage. And then you begin your walk back out of the labyrinth, reborn. This is the initiation. So that's what I see here with this journey that you're on. And you're learning that with the Two of Pentacles is about balance. You're learning that balance is not about keeping everything perfectly still, but about moving with the rhythm of life. Your heart center is harmonizing as you practice flexibility in relationships and self-love, adjusting without losing your center. The dance between giving and receiving is becoming smoother, allowing love to circulate without blockage. So many ways we can interpret this. You have guides and ancestors with you. I'm also seeing Maiden Mother Crone. It's about the cyclical nature of our experience. It's about the seasons of life that we go through. And this initiation of dissolving any blockages so that you can allow love to flow freely. And the Four of Swords is you connecting to ancient wisdom. Look at how ancient he looks. Like he's been asleep so long that moss is growing on him. And ancient wisdom is reaching you in stillness, in the quiet spaces where your mind is resting and your heart listens. This card is showing you receiving insights through meditation, through dreams, daydreams. And it doesn't have to be long. It can just be sitting outside 5 or 10 minutes in the stillness. Your ancestors and guides can speak most clearly when you create intentional pauses in your day. Your guides are definitely with you, definitely communicating with you, definitely helping you on your spiritual journey, on your life journey. And your abundance magnetism is tied to curiosity, openness, and following sparks of inspiration without delay. Look at this spark. It's like if you follow that spark, it grows and it sends out all of these energetic tendrils that draw exactly what you need to you. And it's also like this spiral. It's like letting go of these blocks and allowing your heart to, through its electric magnetic field, send out these energetic pulses that then come back to you in the form of helpful people, resources, opportunities, doors opening. The Page of Wands shows you attracting opportunities because you're willing to try new things, to explore, to let your enthusiasm be visible. It's a magnet. Your enthusiasm is a magnet. This lighthearted, adventurous energy is what draws new resources, allies, and possibilities into your life. Wow. Reading number 3. I'm so excited for you. I feel that this is such an opportunity of growth. And you see here somebody working, focusing, right? That intention, somebody resting, and then somebody exploring with curiosity. So again, it's the seasons, it's the rhythm, it's finding that right rhythm, adapting to it, listening to what your heart is telling you, what your body is telling you, following those creative sparks in those moments when they arrive, listening to your body when it needs rest, listening to the intuitive nudges from your spirit team, and balancing all of that, balancing your work life expression, journey, experience. Reading number 3, please let me know how this resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.